And I know it wasn't announced that Caitlin Clark wouldn't play until right before, but this is a preseason game where Clark is not available, and yet
You want to body slam me? Fine.
This is the first time we're witnessing this. They're attacking Sophie Cunningham just like they did Caitlin last year. There is an agenda against this basketball team, and I'm calling it out right now. The league better step in immediately. They better step in immediately. We better not be dealing with what we dealt with last year with Caitlin.
I mean, look, the biggest thing is we got to think long term. Like, we got to make sure that we're not putting Caitlin at risk for injury. We're not putting our team in a position, where we're thinking short term and not long term. It's a long season, 4 more games than last season. So we want to make sure that we're extra cautious and put her health and wellness first and foremost. And honestly, it's been one day at a time. How she's reacted to treatment, how she's reacted to workouts. So positive progress is being made, but we can't be short-sighted.
This team came out very slow, very lethargic, very stuck in the mud, very dragging ass, didn't have energy to them, didn't have flow to them. Stephanie White seemed frustrated. We were down 15. Stephanie White called the timeout, and she must have stuck her foot up her team's ass and said, you see this arena? You see all these fans that came to watch you guys? 12,461 people. They didn't come to watch you guys bullshit. They didn't come to watch you guys drag ass. Let's play some defense and let's get it together offensively. Lexi Hull looked the most confident I've ever seen Lexi Hull look. Lexi Hull looked the most confident I have ever seen Lexi Hull look, putting the ball on the ground, taking it to the rack, shooting threes, middies, turnaround fades. Whether they went in or not, we can get into that another day once the season starts. But the fact that she's confident enough in her game to where she's at least willing to try to do something to make the offense happen, to create points, to create confusion among the defense.
You want to try and body slam me? All right then, I'm gonna drop 21 points right on you. That was the unmistakable message Sophie Cunningham sent after a reckless, potentially dangerous foul from Washington Mystics rookie Kiki Iriafan. In a preseason showdown that felt anything but friendly, the Indiana Fever unveiled a crucial new element absent last season: undeniable toughness, fierce unity, and an absolute refusal to be intimidated. Even with Caitlin Clark watching from the sidelines dealing with a minor leg issue, the Fever proved they are no longer the team opponents can just push around. What we witnessed was the birth of a completely different Indiana Fever identity. Players like Cunningham, Lexi Hull, and Dawana Bonner made it clear they will not back down from anyone. In this video, we'll break down the entire intense game, Sophie and the Fever's powerful response, and the reaction from the Washington Mystics after their bullying tactics failed. If you stand with the Indiana Fever, drop a spicy Sophie in the comments below.
I have 10,000 people here and a real home court advantage.
That's Sophie Cunningham. There you go. I mean, she's right there saying, don't you do that. She's telling the rookie right now.
And that's Kiki Iriafan, and I got to tell you, here we go with the smiling like you've done. I don't get it. This is the worst part of the WNBA. It is. I mean, yikes. Kiki, the new Kennedy. A lot of people not happy. Demon Sophie, yeah, she showed up. Look at this. They're celebrating that. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. Here we go again. Here we go again. She's yelling while Kiki's laughing in her face. Never seen a rook have a vet so rattled. This was another one right here. This was Brittany Sykes. And Dawana Bonner got involved in this one. She did. Little standing on business.
We absolutely cannot afford to face the same issues we dealt with last year surrounding Caitlin. What happens when the cornerstone of your franchise is unavailable? For the Indiana Fever, their preseason opener against the Washington Mystics meant navigating the game without Caitlin Clark. This wasn't just any missed game, it was Clark's first in 5 years, a streak covering her entire time at Iowa and her rookie WNBA season. Coach Stephanie White made the responsible decision to sit Clark, who was experiencing what she called a little tightness in her left leg. White explained they needed to think long-term, protecting their superstar with a challenging season ahead, including 4 additional games compared to last year. A wise strategic move for the future, but it unquestionably left the Fever vulnerable in that moment.
Oh my God, Sophie's a dog. She just is, she's a competitor. She's versatile, so she allows us to do different things. Like, she plays with such a toughness. She's huge, and she's going to be for us all season long. But what she brings from an energy standpoint, she raises the level of play of everybody around her as soon as she steps foot on the floor. Hell, even on the sideline. I mean, her communication, everything. She's definitely an X factor.
The first quarter was incredibly difficult for Indiana. They quickly fell behind as the Mystics established complete and total dominance, outscoring the Fever 24-13. Missed shots, 0 offensive rhythm. The Fever looked completely lost out there. The deficit ballooned to 15 points, leaving many fans watching to wonder if the outcome was already decided before the game even got going.
Lexi Hull gets a nice steal here, runs down the court, finds Sophie Cunningham, who pumps up the
Drawn on the drive. High arcing pass. It was too high. Hull pulls down the rebound. Here's Cunningham again. Cunningham coast to coast.
What a first half for Sophie Cunningham.
And this is as we've clawed back after being down 15.
Picture this. The Washington Mystics, sensing weakness with Clark out, came out with aggressive physicality right from the opening tip. Their tough play set the tone immediately, pushing the Fever around and daring anyone to step up in Clark's absence. The Mystics smelled blood in the water, and for a while it genuinely seemed like they were headed for an easy runaway win against a Fever squad missing their star.
Sophie Cunningham, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal in 11 minutes off the bench in the first half. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull played a majority of this game for the Indiana Fever. And they played together a majority of the time they were in this game. Sophie Cunningham showed exactly why we brought her in here. We won that trade hands down. Hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We won the Sophie Cunningham trade.
Stephanie White was visibly frustrated. Down 15 points, she called a timeout and must have lit a fire under her team. You see this arena? You see all these fans that came to watch you guys? 12,461 people? They didn't come to watch you guys bullshit. They didn't come to watch you guys drag ass. The message was clear. Play defense and get the offense flowing. Meanwhile, an unexpected hero stepped into the spotlight. Lexi Hull, coming off the bench with incredible energy and hustle, began to change the momentum. She snagged 4 steals, constantly disrupting Washington's offense, and added 13 crucial points to keep Indiana within striking distance. Kelsey Mitchell praised Hull for doing the essential dirty work, providing that vital spark when the team needed it most.
Austin looking backdoor and got it to Cunningham.
You guys know what else we're seeing in all these videos? Movement. AB. Up there comes Kelsey around the top. There goes Lexi Hull, back door. Sophie Cunningham, back door. Lexi Hull goes back out to the corner. God forbid, folks, we are seeing things that we haven't seen at all last season.
Despite the early struggles and that double-digit hole, the Fever demonstrated something truly remarkable: pure resilience. The absence of their superstar wasn't an excuse. It became a driving challenge. Other players began finding their groove. The defense tightened dramatically, and suddenly that massive lead didn't seem so insurmountable anymore.
I saw Sophie Cunningham playing out of this world. Made me feel good. I saw ball movement on offense. Made me feel good. I saw no volleyball passes on. Made me feel good. I saw fight from everybody that was on the court at once. There was no 4 versus 5 when it came to fight, heart on the. We weren't lacking that today. We weren't lacking heart at all. And in case people thought this team might be lacking some heart, you got one thing coming to you. You think you're going to be pushing around Sophie Cunningham like that? Don't worry. Sophie, I got this.
We cut the lead to just 3 by halftime. How did the Fever manage to stay competitive without Clark's scoring punch? The answer wasn't found in one player trying to replace her 20-plus points. It came from unexpected heroes stepping up collectively, playing with heart, and absolutely refusing to back down from Washington's physical challenge. Little did the Mystics know their physical approach was about to detonate back in their faces in the most dramatic way. With the Fever starting to find their rhythm in the second quarter, everything changed in an instant. The entire game shifted dramatically when Mystics rookie Kiki Iriafan delivered what can only be described as a body slam to Sophie Cunningham with 5 minutes left in the first half.
We have people that aren't going to put up with the nonsense this year. You want to try the Fever? Go ahead and try us. Go ahead and try. 1 through 5. Somebody's going to step up and get in your face. Someone's going to step up and say, you need to relax. Whether it's Dewana Bonner here or Sophie Cunningham on the bottom of your screen. You mess with this team, we have some people that are going to stand up for themselves and stand up for others.
This was not just a hard basketball play. This was something you would absolutely expect to see inside a wrestling ring. Cunningham, who joined Indiana this offseason in that significant 4-team trade, had been steadily finding her offensive rhythm and helping the Fever narrow Washington's lead. She was moving well without the ball, creating space and becoming a real problem for the Mystics defense. Then came the confrontation that ignited everything.
Well, first and foremost, they play so hard. They play with multiple levels of effort. They're both just tough as nails. They have length. They use their length really well, their activity level on the defensive end and offensively. I mean, they're like mirror images of one another. I mean, the way that they can cut, the way that they can spread the floor, and what they bring on the defensive end of the floor.
As both players battled for a rebound, Iriafan grabbed Cunningham and violently threw her to the hard court. The crowd gasped audibly. Teammates on both sides froze for a brief second, and then, like a spring, Cunningham leaped to her feet, immediately getting right into Iriafan's face.
You want to make sure that your home court is special to you as a team, but you want to make it hard as heck for other people to come in here to Gamebridge, and they don't want to play here, right? And I think with that, as an energy player, you got to get your fans involved. That's our 6th man right there.
As both players battled for a rebound, Iriafan grabbed Cunningham and violently threw her to the hard court. The crowd gasped audibly. Teammates on both sides froze for a brief second, and then, like a spring, Cunningham leaped to her feet, immediately getting right into Iriafan's face.
We put Sophie in position where she was running the point guard, right? We put Lexi in position at the end of the game where she was running the point guard. And so I'm thankful to have players like that who are comfortable being uncomfortable and doing what's necessary for our team to find success. I mean, that's part of, one of our core values is be selfless, and sometimes that means playing out of position. And I thought they both did a great job of that, but really like their energy and competitive spirit.
But the Mystics were not finished targeting Cunningham. Later in the game, Brittany Sykes delivered another completely unnecessary shove, sending Cunningham crashing to the floor again. It wasn't subtle, it wasn't basketball. It was bullying, plain and simple. A clear and disturbing pattern emerged. Washington players were deliberately singling out Cunningham.
This isn't the soft Fever team that you can push around last year. That's, let's just push them around and bully them because nobody on that team has any to step up to us. Don't worry, we took the offseason seriously.
But Cunningham's impact went far beyond just putting the ball through the hoop. She crashed the boards for 8 crucial rebounds, hustled relentlessly for loose balls, and played with the kind of infectious intensity that completely ignites an entire team. This is precisely why Coach White called her a dog after the game basketball's highest compliment for a player who brings that relentless never-quit fight. Coach White also specifically highlighted the fundamentals that made this win possible. The Fever hit an absolutely incredible 27 of 28 free throws. That's a staggering 96.4%. In close games, those points from the line are the decisive difference between winning and losing. The defense also stepped up massively. I like the fact that we picked up pretty much 94 feet, White stated. I felt like our defense really held. Gave us an opportunity to get back in the game, gave us an opportunity to finish the game.